500,000 a match back in the day. Do you think you can give me like an example like that?
What made me
like if I won like when you win a match back in the day, what was the approximate amount of money they would give you?
It was, by then I was so young, but I could find myself, because my family were staying in Nairobi. Most of them are staying in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Mostly my father and my mother and my younger brothers and sisters. So I had to pay their school fees. Yeah. That money which I could get about 3,000 Kenya shillings. By then it was a very good money.
Yeah.
So I could pay school fees for my younger brothers and sisters, and my nephews who had children. I had to pay for their school fees, and I could support my brothers, other younger brothers, and which kept me. The achievement was good.
So in boxing, there's a lot of pain. Okay, not a lot of pain, but obviously getting punches, getting wounds in your mouth and things like that.
Yeah.
How would you treat your wounds or your injuries?
I was very lucky because I never got a bruise. I just got once in my life. There's a time I boxed with a guy from. When suddenly he knocked me and he knocked my head. Then I got a bruise, a small bruise. Then the fight was stopped because of it was the cut was big. It was deep and deep, so it was stopped.
So that was the only injury you got?
Yeah.
No broken ribs, no.
And another thing. The worst was that I got an operation on my shoulders. I got a dislocation on my shoulders. I was boxing with the only African boxer who got a gold medal in Olympics. He was called Robert Wangila. The late, he's died. About 16 years ago he died. But he was he had a very bad trick. He held my hands and then he hit in my shoulders. Well,
he held your hand and then he punched.
Yeah, then he punched in my shoulders. Yeah. Boom. Then
your hand.
Dislocation.
Did he get fined for that?
No, they just counted. The referee comes on you and starts counting at me.
Oh,
counting, and then I said no, I can't. No, I stood up and then my hands were already bent like this. Then I went outside. They brought an ambulance, took me to the hospital.
Where did you have the operation?
I had an operation in Kenya.
In Kenya?
In a hospital called Mata Hospital.
How long did it take to heal?
It took me only 2 weeks.
And
then I went to...
boxing again?
Yeah, because my career, I could not... I like boxing by then. Then what I was disappointed was the Olympics. I didn't participate for the Olympics.
Oh, because of the injury.
The injury. Because I was a favorite to, and they predict. They are saying that maybe even me, I was believing that I would have got a medal, a gold medal or silver medal in that Olympics. So I didn't participate. The boxing was going on. The games was going on when I was admitted in the hospital getting an operation up to this point. So they put a metal inside the apartment.
Have you had any injuries? No injuries?
No injuries. I boxed for 11 years, but I didn't have any injuries.
Maybe you guys are good defenders.
Because I have to learn the defense. If my defense, without defense, you cannot.
You cannot.
Okay.
So tell me about the boxing matches you organize.
We all.
I was told you guys East Coast had to organize some boxing matches.
The big one which we organize We had the visitors from Kenya.
So wait, let me just a moment. Longer than I thought, but there's a lot of information. I'm actually grateful I met you, because when I watched that thing, I was like, if I could meet these two guys. YouTube.
That time when we opened our YouTube.
We're talking about the matches that East Coast Boxing Club organizes.
We organized a match here we had a Nairobi Combine against East Coast. We had a match at Africana. Then also we had those small tournaments. That one matches, just friendly matches. But to organize a big one, federation, they bought a rule that you cannot organize more than 3 clubs, more than 2 clubs to box. If you want to organize, we have to organize under them. And also we had also this one, how do you call it? We had late Dick Katende. We organized a boxing match. It was that time when they haven't bring that rule. We had about 6 clubs in Uganda. And also we tried our best last time. It was 2 years ago. We had this called Dick and Kent. We had a big one. It was in Lugogo. It was for 2 days. We were given just for 2 days. You know, Lugogo is so expensive.
Yeah.
And also we also organized there's a boxing called they call it what do you call it? We had the rugby player, the rugby beach, white collar. We had the white collar boxing. Yeah, that's one also. And also we had some friendlies here in our compound. And also last year we had a boxing match there, a friendly match at Naguru Katare Primary School when we were celebrating 25 years since we started our club.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what challenges do you have when promoting these boxing matches?
The challenges is just sponsor. That's the program. We sometimes write a letter to the companies, but they don't reply you. We struggle. Sometimes we use our own money. That's the program. And the boys, they have to eat, and they have to buy trophy, they have to buy certificates, you have to rent to pay the referee and judges. That's a big challenge. You have to pay federation some money so that they give you referee and judges and doctor and everything. That's a big challenge. Yeah.
When you're watching boxing,
Yes.
are there some trainers or some boxers who have inspired you over the years?
There are many of them.
Some, maybe like 2 or 3 examples. 3 boxers, 3 trainers.
You know, in boxing, as I was a former boxer.
Yeah.
And then I became a fitness instructor. Then I became a boxing coach. The guys inspired me and told me, why don't you come and before becoming a boxing coach, I was a fitness instructor. I know how to. I took my course as a fitness instructor, food and doing fitness and nutrition. So I took that course in West Germany, and then I took another one with correspondence school in UK, ICS, International Correspondence School. That was I started in before I retired, before I stopped boxing, because my last boxing fight was in 1992 in Germany. I was boxing in Germany for for 7 years. I could box